Welcome to Turkey. I think you feel in home here. The politics of Turkey for Africa, in fact, has started during my ancestors' Ottoman period. This approach has been a human approach, equal approach, and with equity, concept of equity, not just a relation between a superior and inferior. In our culture, slavery and colonization has never existed. We do not know slavery, we do not know. Why I am saying it? I know that there has been 20 million slaves from Nigeria to America, mostly to the United States. If United States is today a highly developed country, is due to those millions slaves that they have used. They didn't pay any fee for that. They didn't pay anything for that. And still they don't pay, and still they continue to exploit this country. I would like to give you the experience of Turkey for its industrialization. I may say that without any chauvinism, Turkey today is a perfectly industrial country. What is an industrial country? That an entrepreneur take the initiative, decision to create a factory, okay, by his own mind. This entrepreneur is a Turkish. The engineer or architect who designed the factory is Turkish. All equipment in the factory are fabricated, manufactured in Turkey. That means industrialization. But we didn't start it like that. In 1970s, for example, the industrialization was turnkey factory. It means that you pay money to European companies, they come here, they erect the building, and they import the machinery, run the factory, and then give you the key. It's not industrialization. This was not. But we are obliged to go through this stage. Now, I will give you the how we came to this level, how we realized this industrialization. By starting with simple idea, we call them industrial city, small industrial sites. Those are the workshops about, let's say, a complex, very simple complex, about 200, 300 square meters, 100 workshops, let's say, for the fabrication or manufacture or small electric workshop, etc., according to different industry. For example, in Nigeria, you have a lot of forestry, let's say, for wood industry, for example. And these small workshops, unities, in 10 years, they had produced for Turkey, let's say, all we need for normal everyday use. Later on, we started to do concept of industrial zoning. The industrial zonings are the zoning very huge, several kilometers, square meter of lands, and inside you have the lands for the factories. But how? Every infrastructure there is finished, is accomplished first. Parcelization, electricity, water, energy, etc., everything there. So the investor comes there, everything is ready. Immediately he starts to construct his building, his factory. Organization and other authorization from the local or central government has been resolved. And the industrial zoning is almost a autonomous industrial city, and without taking any further authorization or complementary authorization from the central or local authorities. Those authorities those powers are transferred almost to the organization of the industrial zoning. And just to give you some example how it has been successful. For example, when we started with, as I said, small workshop industrial sites, now today we have 500 industrial site in Turkey, each one collecting several hundred, from 100 to 1,000 workshops inside. And there, about in those 500 industrial sites, we have 1,000 different workshops, 1,000. And on those workshops, about 500,000 people, 500,000 people are working. It means that every workshop utilize in average, 5 people. Those are, as I said, very productive and without any burden to the government. Concerning the industrial zoning, this is a big success. I don't know if you didn't have any opportunities to visit them. Around Istanbul, just less than 100 kilometers, you have several industrial zoning, and I really suggest you to visit them if you didn't do up to today. Actually, for example, in Turkey, we have about 400 industrial zoning, 40 of them for agricultural and food industry, and 350 are pure industrial purposes. In those industrial zoning, there are more than 55,000 factories. The smallest has 10,000 covered area capacity, the smallest. And there you find hundreds of factories with 100,000 square meter, 200,000 square meter covered areas. And in this industrial zonings, the number of the factories are, as I said, 55,000 up to the now. There are 100 almost under construction or planning in plus, and in total 3 million workers are working there. This concept make Turkey an industrial country in 30 and 40 years. You can do it. Really, you can do it. It's just you have to take this decision. You have to start this policy with ambition. You don't need too much capital. And even if you need, let's say, some capital credit, World Bank, European Investment Bank, and similar organizations are ready to finance this kind of concept, this kind of industrialization approach, because this is concrete thing, and it's very easy to start. Well, it's not enough for me to suggest you. Turkey now can assist you. The most and the cheapest way for you to have a real assistance from Turkey is to take the model of this industrial city and industrial zoning. All industrial zoning projects are going through the local Turkish industrial and commercial chambers. And the union chambers in Istanbul, in Ankara, organize everything concerning this industrial zoning. So what you have to do just to knock the door of the top TOBB, Turkish Industry and Commercial Chamber Union, and ask them for the cooperation. They have money also. But the most important thing that they provide you free of charge is that, in fact, the cost in those for the creation of the chamber industrial zoning are the engineering and architectural plannings. In Turkey, in the Union Chamber of the Trade and Commerce, all plans are already existing, since they have done up to now more than 400 industrial zoning. What you have to do, according to the size that you have in idea, in order to realize, just ask the Turkey to the Union the copy of this plan. It's the same. What are the plans? Infrastructure plan. How the electricity will be established, how the water will be established, how the natural gas or another energy problem, etc. These industrial zonings are very important. In fact, as I said, they are almost autonomous city. They have also not only industrial structures, but all services. For example, banks are there. all other services that they need are also in this zoning. And we are really, in the world, specialized in this industrial zoning. And according to me, the future of Nigeria, which is also should be considered as a rich country, because you are one of the few countries in Africa having a surplus on your foreign trade. It means that you have accumulated capital to finance such organization and have the assistance of Turkey. Another advantage that you have is the following. There are a lot of Nigerian students in Turkey. You can suggest some of them, for example, to study this development policy in Turkey, industrial cities and industrial zoning. Just to give you an idea about the number of the foreign students in Turkey, they are 360,000 foreign students in Turkey. 60,000 of them are from Africa. Türkiye'de şu anda 360.000 yabancı öğrenci var. 60.000'i de Afrika'dan. Diyorum ki kendilerine, bu sizin için, Nijeryalı da var. Bu öğrencileri Türkiye'nin sanayi kalkınmasını nasıl gerçekleştirdiğini anlamaları, öğrenmeleri için yönlendirin. Now, as I said to you, in fact, really, we realized the real industrialization during the last 40 years, even during the last 30 years, I may say. All those figures 30 years ago were about have the 1 or 2, 3, 5, 6, even not 3 figures, 2 figures, it was 2 figures. And now, let's say the further step to that will be research center in Turkey, and most of them are private research center. In Turkey, we have actually, how much? 2,000 research center, industrial research center. Some of them for agriculture. Bir de efendim 2000'e yakın Türkiye'de Ar-Ge merkezi var. Ar-Ge merkezi demek en azından 50'ye yakın teknik ve mühendisin olduğu yerde. O şekilde resmileşiyor şeyini. Yani bugün Türkiye nerelere geldiyse bunu göstermek için. I am a former economist. I am from Brussels University. There I meet first Africa with Congo students from Congo, and Africa has had a very important role in my life. Africa has been my love, and in my political career in Europe during 20 years, I have defended Africa because I was loving Africa because I was knowing how much they were suffered, and now, as a former politician of Turkey, I think it's my duty also to support the activities of my government in his assistance, very sincere assistance to Turkey. Efendim dedim ki, ben dedim Brüksel Üniversitesi'nde okudum ve orada Afrika'yı tanıdım. Afrika'ya aşık oldum. Afrika'nın çektiği acıları paylaşmak istedim. Ve şimdi de çok samimiyetle Afrika'ya yardım eden, Afrika ile birlikte olan devletime de elimden gelen desteği vermek için size bunları söylüyorum dedim. And the future of there is nothing we can prevent the future of Africa to be a rich and industrious country. But decision is up to you. Thank you very much.
A strong round of applause for our minister, former Minister of Economy, and a phenomenal leader, as well as in health as well.